My name is John and I've been a client of Henwood Court for 7 years. When we were in our mid-50s, when we were first introduced to Nick, we were both very senior people in our work, but we were completely immersed in our work and we didn't really have a plan. We didn't really think about where we were going to go and how we were going to get to a point where we might be able to leave work and have a good and fulfilling retirement after that. So Nick has enabled us to think about that and do that and has made us really answer some serious questions about what we want to do and how we want to get there. Nick definitely puts people first, and that's the first part of any engagement with Nick was understanding us, getting to know us, what makes us tick, and actually making us ask some serious questions of ourselves about what we were doing, where we're going, how we're going to get there. Nobody else, no other financial advisors ever asked those sorts of questions. I think the advice that Nick gave us allowed me to think that I could dispose of the business much earlier than perhaps I would have done otherwise. I think the way in which he asks us about our hopes and dreams and where we'd like to be and has showed us a way that we could get there. I'm sure we're heading in a much better direction than we'd ever get to with another financial advisor. I don't think it's too strong to say it's changed our lives in the way that we think about our future and how we get there. I'm very happy to have Nick and Henwood Court and his team in our corner. They really look after us. They put us, and I'm sure their other clients, first and foremost, and that shows. To me, they're an example of how a people-focused business should really work. The best thing about working with Henwood Court is their personal care and attention. They look after us as people, and we're not just another client. We are part of what they're doing, part of their wider business, if you like, part of their business family. If I'm not dealing with Nick, then I can always speak to Declan, who is very much involved with our personal financial planning, Yvonne, who's always there for help and advice and to put me in touch with whoever I need to talk to, and then Lee can help us either personally or she has done some work with the business as well, looking at some of the options for the business. I think the best piece of advice that Nick gave me is to start to think about the future much sooner than I might otherwise have done. I think it allowed us to consider options that we hadn't considered before and ways of achieving things that we weren't aware of. I think in dealing with Nick, it certainly helped that he owned his own business. He had some of the same problems, some of the same concerns, and some of the same successes, I think. And it's always good to speak to somebody who's got some context and some empathy about the situation that I'm in. I would always recommend Henwood Court to other people, particularly business owners, because they need access to a service that they probably don't even know exists, and they would have the opportunity for their lives to be changed as well.